let's keep it rolling. We got 2 more acts in this section. Thought Carmen, come on, I know you just stopped. Lift it up again for Kevin O'Brien.
Good evening. So it took me ages to get here tonight because there's like 3 Gregs and a McDonald's between the station and here. So just in case you're wondering, I'm actually from Yorkshire as well. Thank you. One person. Popular place. So as we call it, God's own county. It wasn't his best work. So, I've had a bit of bad luck lately. Give me an R. The girlfriend left me. I didn't ask for that one. She said I preferred my puzzle books to her, which is true. But 5 years together and never a crossword. So an insult to injury, she only moved 1 house across 2 doors down. Now I told that story several weeks ago here on this very stage, and the person who was sitting there was a young woman, well, relatively young, and quite old actually. But she started crying, burst into tears she did, and I couldn't figure out if she was crying because the story relates to a difficult breakup, or whether she'd seen my act before. Now she wouldn't stop crying, so I thought I'd better say something. So I said, "Look, Mum. Does anybody like wildlife programs?" Yeah, I love them. I mean, I was watching a wildlife program the other day with David Attenborough. I've got no idea what he was doing in my living room. Some of these take time, don't worry. But the program was asking the question, what separates us from the apes? Well, in my case, the answer's simple. It's a restraining order. They started it. So I went to the doctors. She said, "Kevin, I think you're an acute alcoholic." I said, "Thank you very much. You're not too bad yourself." She said, "I've got a prescription for your insomnia." I said, "Let me sleep on it." She said, "I think you've got trust issues." I said, "I don't believe you." I said, "Anyway, I want a second opinion." She said, "Okay, you're also a prick." So the neighbours across the road, they had a bit of a go at me because I was watching them through my binoculars. I can see where they're coming from. So I bought myself one of those small movie cameras because I want to make a naughty movie. But the problem is with those two, they keep closing the curtains. I mean, they're a nice couple. I was round there the other night wine tasting. I just hope they don't find out. They're generous to a fault. Every morning without fail they leave a bottle of milk out for me on their front step. So what a lovely day today, wasn't it? I spent the whole morning cutting the grass. Well, he deserved it. Nobody likes a snitch. What do snitches get? Stitches. Only these ones are from Liverpool then. So does anybody know what the world's oldest profession is? Prostitution, you say? Looking like an expert. 10, yeah? 10?
Yeah.
All right, sorry. Technical itch. It's actually DJs because disc jockeys have been around since records first began. I love watching the news. I saw a story the other day, it was hilarious. It said they were talking about banning pencils and rulers in schools. I mean, where do you draw the line? You notice how I didn't move when I was telling that story because it's a stationary joke. So does anybody remember that fateful day when Puff Daddy changed his name? No? No, it's only me. My brother, well I do, my brother called me up that day and he said, Kevin, I've got some bad news for you. He said, Puff Daddy's gone and changed his name. I said, did he? So since the girlfriend left me, I've had a lot of time on my hands. So I've been teaching the dog to, it's not my dog, but I've just been teaching the dog to, roll over and beg. He came on with £4.27 the other day. And a bag of dog biscuits. He gave me the biscuits, the bastard. So I've just had a cataract operation. That was an eye-opener. Just got engaged. Yay! It's no big deal, I just kept pressing redial. And got through eventually. So is anybody good at DIY in here? No, it's shit, isn't it? So, I hate it so much that I wrote a poem about it. But I couldn't be asked to write a full poem, so I wrote it in text format. It goes like this. B&Q, DIY, FFS, WTF, OMG, SOS, 999, A&E, ECG, ICU, GOA, RIP, LOL. Now I called that poem Don't Do DIY. So I'm going to start my act now by telling you some jokes, okay? I was watching one of these mad adverts on TV the other day, and it said, "We can insure anything." You seen that advert? It does exist. Trust me, it's not. This is serious stuff now. But so I phoned them up. I thought we'll see about that. So I said, "Okay, can you insure my duvet?" They offered me full cover. With an additional blanket policy. So the woman in the local cafe hates me. And the reason, I mean, she's not alone. I mean, look at this room. But the reason why is because I always like to pretend I'm a journalist when I'm in there. So whenever she says to me, would you like HP or ketchup with your bacon sandwich, I always say, I'm sorry, but I can't reveal my sources. Some maniac came up to me on the way here and he threw a lot of joss sticks at me. I was incensed. So I saw my ex-girlfriend in town today. I thought, she's let herself go. I should use a better padlock, really. I like to call her the one that got away. So my brother called me up. He said, me and the lads are going to take down the statue of Isaac Newton for his excessive use of force. He's not from Yorkshire. I said, are you sure you've considered the gravity of the situation? He said, what goes up must come down, mate. So I've had some reviews recently. Do you want to hear them? Yeah. You haven't got any choice. So the first one, it said, this guy is unmissable. That was from the Liverpool Archery Club. The second one, it said, this guy's one to watch. And that was from Merseyside Police Surveillance Team. So I have written a book, it's called, this is true, I have written a book called My First Year in Stand-Up Comedy. It's available on Amazon, so don't read it. And after this gig, I'm going to write another one called My Last Year in Stand-Up Comedy. So if you'd like to follow me, don't, because that would be really weird, okay? Thank you very much, you've been lovely.
Keep it going with Kevin O'Brien, everybody. Keep clapping, a lot of energy.